Okay, we're coming down to the home stretch here. I think only a few more. Objective being that everything we see exists that way, and subjective that each person's perception is different. So we have no definite proof that what we see in reality exists that way. uh, I think it's a combination of both, isn't it? I mean, wouldn't we all agree that whether we're able to apprehend truth or not, truth still exists, right? I mean, God either exists or he doesn't. And if he exists whether I believe in him or not. That doesn't change from person to person based on somebody's opinions or somebody's perceptions. This glass, no matter how I choose to perceive it or define it, still is the exact compilation of molecules and atoms and chemicals and so on and so forth that it is, and that's not going to change because of my perceptions about it. So yeah, I think reality is objective. The question is, how good are we at apprehending that reality? How good are we? How apt are our perceptions at making those assessments about what is real and what isn't? And I think it's just true. Some people make the argument that no, our perceptions can't completely, apprehend what is real, and so we shouldn't trust them at all. Bullshit. Sometimes our perceptions are dead on. Sometimes some people perceive better than others. Some people have a better grasp on what is real than others. Some people suffer from hallucinations and delusions, and some people do not. The question, what we never really get to definitively know objectively is who's who. But I think we have really strong cases for being able to perceive reality the way that it is, and I don't think the fact that our subjectivity exists contradicts that reality itself is what it is and stays objective. Stays objective. Did I say that? Okay. I get history. I mean, I get how it works, and I get how there were thousands and thousands and thousands of years where we didn't have explanations for really simple things, and we were curious and wanted to know and needed something to tell our children and needed something to tell ourselves, and that it's really, really easy to create religion and to create metaphysics and mystical thinking and superstition and things like that. Well, where does the rain come from? Well, I'm a primitive human being and I don't know how to answer that. So the only thing I can do is make it relatable to my consciousness in some way. Okay, there's somebody in the sky that's causing it to rain. Why is the lightning happening? Well, because there's a guy up there throwing lightning bolts. Who causes the waves in the sea? Well, that's Poseidon or Neptune. And there's some person or some entity, some powerful thing that's kind of like us that has consciousness and thoughts and feelings in the sea, and it causes all that to happen, and it just decides for it to happen because we don't have any explanation better than that. I totally get, and I appreciate how religion has gotten us to where we are today. What I don't get is that we can't seem to abandon it now that we have the answers for all the things for which religion was created in the first place. We know how the sky works. We know where we are in the universe. We know why the sun rises and sets. And we don't need gods or airy-fairy metaphysical entities to explain any of that. But I don't know. I think it's just one really long hand-me-down. And no, so to answer the second half of the question, no, I don't think religion should exist today. I think we're over it. I think we're past that, far past that. We haven't needed it for quite some time. But here it is, and that's why I do this shit. So. My father was Russian. He's a Russian guy. He's Yiddish. He has big beard like a Russian man. And my mother is Scottish. So, that's right. There's a big difference there. And that's what I do. I'm half Scottish, half Russian. And that's my life. That's why I look like this. Got the dark eyes, but the pasty fucking skin, I can't help it. You know. Okay, I'm done. Okay, we're coming down to the wire. I swear this is we're almost done. Last set of questions. These were all submitted to me like through a private message by one person, but I thought it was really cool, and I want to answer. If you've ever watched Inside the Actors Studio with James Lipton, like he interviews all these big actors, and he just interviews them on like their life and their careers and how their philosophy of acting and so on and so forth. And at the very end, he ends with this questionnaire, sort of. It's got like I think 10 questions, and it's all like these just like quick little cute questions. If you watch the show, you'll know what I'm talking about. But here are the questions. My favorite word is Whipple. It's a street. It's a street by my house, and every time I see it, I have to say it out loud. Whipple. Oh, it's just a great word. Whipple. Whipple. I love it. Nigger is my least favorite word. Curiosity. Inauthenticity. I wish I could come up with something more creative, but fuck. Fuck is my favorite curse word, and any derivative thereof. Fucked, fucked, fucker, fucking, fuck 'em, fuck you, fuck him, fuck them. Fucko, that's a good one. Aw, fuck you, fucko. Fuck is definitely my favorite. It's just so usable. It's just like, fuck. I love it. I love the sound of a wolf howl. I don't know why. I just love it. A drill at a dentist's office. Yeah, you've heard it. You've been there, and you're numbed down too, so you can't feel it, but you hear it, and it's like painful enough in itself. It's like the sound replaces the feeling, and it just. Psychologist. I could be a psychologist. My mother is a psychologist, and I've grown up around it my whole life, and I think I could do it. I could do it now. So, a couple years of school and I'd be okay. I would not like to work at the DMV, because have you ever seen those people? They hate life, and there's got to be a connection there. I don't think the DMV looks for people who hate life. I think the DMV makes people who hate life. That's about as deep as I get. I would like to hear God say, "Congratulations, you passed the test." So that's it. Those are the questions. I hopefully have answered a good amount of them. I don't know how many videos this is going to take up. I'll just have this separated. But thank you, everybody. Thank you for listening. And sorry I've been gone so long. And I'll try to get back on the wagon. All right. Take care, everybody.